the price of oil decreased substantially in 2020. By April 2020, the price dropped by 80%, down to a low of about $5 due to COVID-19 pandemic and the Russia-Saudi Arabia oil price war. Although it's now resurging, some people have lost their jobs while others are working from home. How does this affect petroleum pricing? Are we using more or less energy? What is price deregulation? Welcome to Energy Quest. My name is Lesley Arthur Asiedu. Gone are the days we join long queues to buy petroleum products. Today, all the different fuels are widely and readily available, whether you want to fill a car or even a thermal plant. Gone are the days of fuel price subsidy. Now, price is deregulated. We choose which marketer to buy from because prices differ. Delving deeper into the matter, we'll go to Petroleum Solutions, the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, Seaboard, and Hollard.
Since we began price deregulation in 2015, it has brought quite a number of, benefits and challenges. And in looking at this, you would have to look at the various key stakeholders in the sector. And I would like to start with, as an operator, the consumer is my key stakeholder. It has led to product availability. So you see that by deregulating, meaning by government saying that private sector do whatever you can to bring the products to the market and sell it at the price, at which you are getting it, so that there can be consistent supply of petroleum products on the market. It has led to intense competition. And this competition means that operators are coming out with product offerings and even pricing competitively. Some are coming out with, enticing offers. And when these things happen in a very competitive world, the consumer becomes the winner because he has the option to choose. But of course, price is not the only factor. And it's important that when we talk about this, sometimes the consumer, focuses on price. On the side of government, as we speak now, petroleum products taxes constitute significant revenue for government. Hitherto, what was happening was that, yes, government will raise this revenue, but turn around and then use it as subsidies. And so the net effect wasn't that, great in terms of government revenue. So deregulation has enhanced government revenue collection. From the standpoint of government, this has been a great relief. Now, for us as operators, the point about product availability is also key to us, because we as private sector operators, we take on that task of securing the funding from the banks to bring the products into. So we're able to plan and ensure that we bring the products in consistently and have consistent and regular business operations.
The Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors is the representative advocacy, lobby, strategy, industry strategy body for bulk distribution companies, processing companies, storage companies, and its allied service entities.
So, Senior, what's the core function of Seaboard?
Our core task is to actually work with the key policy and regulatory institutions to build a very sustainable ecosystem for all these businesses to thrive. We are the platform for their dispute resolution. We are the platform for driving policy for each party, and also to offer proper representation and even market development for our members.
So what has been the actual impact of price deregulation on your members?
As far as BDCs are concerned, the positive thing is that they don't have to go to government and be negotiating that. So those who fund BDCs have found a more predictable regime to be able to fund imports or bulk lifting from the refineries. So that's been good. The other thing, the bad side is the margins that is brought. You brought much lower to negative. In fact, in a lot of cases, a lot of negative. You used to be a trader, a lot of negative trades. But like I said, that also creates a problem because we keep kicking the can and robbing Peter to pay Paul. The day the music stops, funding to the sector will significantly deplete, and that would actually affect the sustainability of the entire industry.
Completely.
For us to be able to sustain the value we deliver to the economy.
So to industry players, has this price regulation been beneficial to the players, and is it sustainable?
I'm not too sure. From a player's perspective, they will be so excited about it, depending on where they stand. But the alternative was worse. All right, you can't have a situation where government's heavily indebted and can't pay. So that's not an option. But you take the players, it's rather injected highly destructive competition, which is not sustainable for the industry. So if you look at industry viability and sustainability, you really have issues with it, but not with deregulation conceptually. It's more because of the way we have handled it. One of the challenges we had was with government's wrongful interventions in the early days, thinking it was going to find a way to control the price clandestinely. That actually caused a lot more people to get uncompetitive and led to the illegal trade booming, right, to be able to survive. That hasn't helped. So with government even pulling back on that, we've now injected a new culture of illicit trading, which is quite difficult to now kick out of the system, all right? And the uncompetitiveness also now leads to margins that are unsustainable for the investments that are made.
Minimal margins.
Exactly. What's going to happen? You're going to get a lot more people not being able to post profits and pay corporate taxes at the end of the year. And the GRE has already shown that as far as the petroleum sector is concerned. You also have a situation where you're actually threatening the sustainability of all the employees and the viability of the entire businesses that are involved. And they start robbing Peter to pay Paul, which in technical terms, we'll call it teaming and lading, because if I take from you and I undersell, I'll not be able to pay you back. And if I'm not able to pay you back, I may have to take his money to pay you and keep doing that till the day that the music stops. That in itself creates an inherent financial risk and sustainability for us as a country.
Did you miss an episode of Energy Quest? Watch all episodes on YouTube at Energy Quest TV or Kente TV. Also catch up on the Daily Graphic YouTube page and website. Energy Quest, looking into the future.
Informative, eh? We're just warming up. Now we'll take a detour. Two things. First, we'll look at a very innovative app. Then we visit a trailblazing woman in the industry.
I met my partner, Kente, where we decided to come up with this whole idea.
Because of the experience that we had in the industry for quite some years, we realized that there were some gaps that we needed to fill for the consumers and oil marketing companies.
Sometimes you have to travel, and on your way, you don't have physical cash to buy fuel. You can be cash strapped. So we came up with the idea that why don't we come out with an app that will help make life more easier. We'll come up with an app, and this app will serve as a payment platform where people will not have to use physical cash in terms of purchasing fuel. So we decided to come up with the Perfume app.
As Jacob said, PFM Solutions came up as a result of we wanting to give a platform for oil consumers and oil marketing companies for them to have access to information, ready and easy access to information, convenience and value for money.
The Fuel app is a digital payment platform where you can purchase fuel. You go to any fuel station, you don't need to pay with physical cash. All you need is that in the registration process, we design a 4-digital code for you. And this code serves as your wallet or your personal ID code, where when you get to any fuel stations across Ghana, we have about 4,000 outlets in Ghana, anywhere. And this app is a universal payment platform.
It's actually a universal platform for all oil marketing companies anywhere. So though you are starting with Ghana, so you can be anywhere in the world and then give your code to your close one, your loved one, for the person to make purchase of fuel anywhere, and then all you have to do is just accept or decline the transaction.
All you need to do is that you load your wallet, you give out the code to your drivers, and they can purchase fuel at any time, anywhere they find themselves.
With the easy access to information, we realized that before you could get information on your fuel usage in a particular month, you either had to now call the oil marketing companies and for them to send you a mail or however they go about it. But with our platform, Perfume, you have the mobile app right in your palms. Wherever you buy the fuel, at the time, location, you get all the notifications right on your palm. Now, this will help people who want to know the level of their fuel consumption in a month. Now, when it comes to convenience, it boils down to many aspects. The first one is being able to load your wallet at any time, any place. Now, with the current system, we found out that before you could load your wallet or your fuel card, which we have numerous on the market, you had to go to the company and now either write a check or you have to move from your comfort zone to the next point of where the oil marketing company's office is to make the purchase. But with Perfume, all you have to do is just sit in the house, either load your wallet through mobile money, credit card, MasterCard, any of the payment options we have available.
We cannot talk about technology without security. Our Perfume app allows for limited errors, where we allow after a second attempt, we treat the transaction as a fraudulent transaction and we quickly send a text message to the user or the subscriber of the app.
We realized that people wanted to buy fuel from their favorite oil marketing companies, but not everybody knows where the location is, especially when it comes to expats who are in the country, and then, people in general. This Perfume platform has an integration of a map, which leads you to the nearest fuel station and also gives you the distance as to how long you are or how far you are from the nearest fuel station.
More and more women are chalking successes in the energy sector. One of such is the brilliant and illustrious Elena Mbogli.
My day typically starts with emails and responding to WhatsApp messages from clients or my employees. WhatsApp first, because usually by the time they send me a WhatsApp, it's urgent. So WhatsApp first and then emails. So after 11, my emails are usually done and I do a walkabout. I like to say hello to the staff, be interactive, find out if there's anything they didn't email me about, but is still relevant. So I start on accounts. Once I check with accounts, I go to HR, see if there's any issues, anybody that hasn't come to work that is giving her headaches. And then once I step outside, I'm in the main yard. So this is where I deal with driver issues, vehicle issues. With over 400 trucks, you have to make sure you're keeping an eye on them. And the journey management department is the one that does that. They are the heart of the business, really. They monitor the trucks. They issue trips for the drivers, and then they also make sure that when the drivers come back from their trips, they close out the trip and make sure everything went according to plan. This helps us to give our clients confidence that when you give us anything to do, we'll be able to deliver to all your best satisfaction. After I walk about the journey management department, I go to maintenance. Now, there's where I'm out of my league, but I'm managing because I have competent staff. It's purely technical. It is about truck parts, truck maintenance, trucks. And I check on it. Mainly when I get there, I check to make sure that they are following the safety rules and that the supervisors and the mechanics are working hand in hand to make sure that works are completed on time and in good quality. So once I'm done with that, I've basically walked around the yard. I see a few drivers. A few of them say hi to me. A few of them take an opportunity to tell me all their problems. And then I come back into the office, continue with emails, do my reports, because I have to report to my boss at the end of the day. And then that should be it. My day typically ends around 7 o'clock, and then I'm done. So JK Hogley Transport and Company Limited is a family-owned, African-owned business that specializes in the transportation of petroleum goods across Ghana and the West African sub-region. We transport wet products and dry products using petroleum tankers and also flatbed cargo trucks. We've been in business for 40 years and counting. We're currently on the 3rd generation, and the business was started by our dear Madame Ablan of blessed memory. Yes, a woman started the business. It's about 400 trucks and counting that we have going forward, and we serve mainly between 8 to 11 clients and a few other sport hire clients. Our main clients are one of the biggest OMCs in the country, and we continue to serve them with excellent service, which is one of our biggest mottos over here. African excellence is possible, and we want to make sure that we are proof that Africans can be excellent. Mostly my job is direction. I set vision and I make sure the vision is being implemented. So once the vision has been set, I'm the tracker, I'm the monitor. I talk to clients, I talk to staff. I'm always looking out for how best I can utilize my staff. That's basically what I do. I set the vision, I monitor it, and I make changes along the way. I'm a woman. My staff strength is about 557 last count, and only less than 20 of them are women. So you should understand that I'm dealing with mature men. I'm young, I'm a woman. So I find that it's dicey. You can't be the same with everybody. Some men respond when you're softer, and some respond when you're harsh. So it's a tricky situation finding out which is which. So you always have to try first when you're dealing with people. So my biggest challenge is people management. Apart from my challenges, my staff have to deal with a lot of client requests that change regularly. In as much as our business is supposed to be fixed and you know what you're doing the next day, things change because the market changes and they have to react quickly. So thinking on their feet really quick in a very regulated environment is dicey for them that they have to deal with. When it comes to my drivers, we train them. We train them and train them and train them every year, every Monday, every last Sunday of the month. But when they get on the road, they are not on the road with themselves. They're on the road with other road users, and sometimes road rage is a real thing. And so that's one of the biggest challenges my drivers have, and also with delays when they have to go and deliver a product. So those are most of our challenges. This business was started by my grandmother. She was a industrious seamstress, and then she made friends, and her friends gave her connections with Texaco at the time, and she started by selling petroleum kerosene in gallons to her fellow market women in the village. So from selling gallons to market women in the village, she accumulated enough money, enough connections in the 1970s as an uneducated, according to our current educational system, uneducated woman to buy her first petroleum tanker. It was a 13,500 liters petroleum tanker that she bought. And my father, who was in JSS at the time, fell in love with petroleum and everything driving tankers. He was a mate to some of her drivers whilst he was growing up. And then once he finished his O-level, he said, "Mommy, nah, I'm not going. I need to do this business." And he started. And he took that from one tanker. So by the time he started the business, she had about 4 tankers. He took that, and today we have 400 tankers. My staff strength is not equal. The gender is not equal. It's because the industry has traditionally been very male-dominated. Even in the offices, even in the boardrooms, is male-dominated. And as a company, we took a conscious decision in 2018 that we need to level that out. So if you go to our offices, any office here, there has to be a female presence. All the way from accounting to stores and inventory to engineering. Yes, we have female engineers on the field. And then in 2019, we started a project with the help of West African Training Academy and Scania to train female drivers for the company. It took us a year of training because they had already done some training with the Ayalolo program. And then once they were done with the training, we now have 12 very powerful female drivers. They can drive any truck from here to the north and back.
Did you miss an episode of Energy Quest? Watch all episodes on YouTube at Energy Quest TV or Kente TV. Also catch up on the Daily Graphic YouTube page and website. Energy Quest, looking into the future.
Holland is an international financial group operating in over 18 countries across 4 different continents. Our specialty is in insurance, both long-term and short-term. Our presence in Ghana started in 2015 when we took over a very strong local brand called Metropolitan Insurance. And for the past 5 years, it's been good news all over.
So what's Holland's specialty?
So our specialty is in insurance, anything insurance. Insurance of lives, insurance of properties, insurance of assets, insurance of liabilities. So anything insurance, Holland is into it. So you say big or small, you love it, we insure it.
What business do you do with the oil and gas downstream sector?
In the downstream, we provide solutions to almost everything that they do. Okay. Right from the people working in there, to the properties acquired in there, to the operations and activities that take place. So for instance, our life insurance business issues what we call group life assurance to cover the staff and people who operate in there. And it happens, I mean, we've heard of stories where in the middle of the night, people go there and attack the staff. Sometimes they take money, they cause injuries to them. So we have a life insurance product to take care of the staff there. And even when they attack them and take money, we have what we call money insurance. We actually insure money, whether they are on the attendance, they are on the counter, or they are in the safe. We also take care of any liability that they may face as a result of the operation. There are times we hear of explosions in some of these centers. Maybe members of the public who are just passing by, or even customers who have come on site may get some injury, or sometimes they even die. That becomes a responsibility on the operator of the space to compensate them. So we have what we call public liability insurance that we issue to take care of all those activities. We insure everything, even to the oil that is underground that is being sold, the stock. So we take the average stock levels that they have, we insure them against flood, we insure them against fire, we insure them against earthquake, almost every foreseeable risk. Once properly designed and well sold and well bought at the right levels and at the right, if you like, values, once any such event happens, the insurance company sets in to pay the compensation to the third party on behalf of the operator. So it's actually an end-to-end solution to everything that happens in the downstream.
So what impact has price regulation had on your business with the downstream oil and gas sector?
I would say that the deregulation has done the sector a lot of good. Investors would want to operate per the market standards and the forces of the market. So what deregulation actually did was to open up the market for more participants, both local and international. So the base of that sector or that stream actually shot up. The more the people operating in that space, then the more our solutions will be sought after. Mm-hmm. So it's been good. The sector has expanded and our business too has expanded in that space. Thankfully, because we were already dealing with a lot of them, when the space was expanded, we had a lot of referrals coming from existing clients, and it's all good news.
I hope you enjoy the ride. This is what we do on Energy Quest. We demystify the energy sector. Until we meet again, ciao.